I want one. Another half has passed. I don't love you anymore. If he won't sell one, can he sell two? He can sell two. Welcome to Ningbo. Why not eat seafood when you come to Ningbo? Here's the freshest seafood from the East China Sea. I got a super high original juice car, Avita 07. The design of Avita has always been very controversial. It is like a maverick girl with a Russian figure and a protruding front and a curved back. But its butterfly wing front face is very popular among those who like it, and difficult to accept among those who don't. I think I am one of those who can accept it. Today, I got a deep-aged green four-wheel drive 07. This green color gives me a sense of mystery in its calmness, and I like it very much. The paint surface of Avita adopts a 3-spray and 2-bake process, reaching the same level of 7-micron 2K coating. Of course, the bright and dazzling luster will be very obvious under the sun, but it's raining today, remember? There is also such an electronic rearview mirror on the 02, but the rearview mirror cannot be folded. When we enter the pants, it will be very inconvenient. But Avita is a TN circle model, so when the rearview mirror is installed on the 07, it can be folded. Do you know? In order to meet the new 5-star collision regulations, Avita 07 has added a very heavy anti-collision feeling to the whole vehicle, which is really too heavy. Let's go out and buy seafood. It seems that every time I go to the beach, I will find the freshest seafood. I heard that among the seafood in Ningbo in September, swimming crabs are the most plump, of course. There are also hairtail and small yellow croaker, which are all my favorites. In the past, Avita was a goddess in your heart, and you could only admire her from a distance. But now you can embrace 07. Why is this? I will tell you this question at the end. Now I want to reset all the mileage and fuel consumption of this car to 0. So I want to test its real fuel consumption. So let's set off now. Alas, it rained heavily again, and there was a thick fog. Last time I couldn't see the grassland. This time I couldn't see the windmills or the sea. Then I drove the 07 on the winding mountain road. The handling of the whole car on the winding mountain road felt very good. Whether it was the grip of its tires, there was no slipping at all. Now I want to emphasize its entire steering wheel. Its steering wheel is a racing-style steering wheel, which is different from the normal driving one. So you need to spend some time to get used to its steering. The entire steering wheel is actually okay in terms of accuracy. There is no problem at all. Then it is a question of your usage habits, especially when we are driving on mountain roads. We are always steering and turning the steering wheel. If you are not used to it, you may get lucky and miss along the way. But it is not a big problem. This is also a habitual problem. We all know that Avita's 07 this time. It also focuses on self-driving, and it uses the Huawei Axe 3.0 system, which is an upgraded version based on 2.0. The DADI system is different from the S1. It has laser radar and millimeter wave radar. This time it has a single laser radar with 192 lines, which is on this one. This radar has a scanning frequency of 20 times, which means it scans left and right 20 times per second. Therefore, it is very sensitive to obstacles because it can see clearly, and the system will not be blocked by fog or rain. It is also very simple to activate the intelligent driving function. Just push the gear lever down twice, and it will turn on automatically. There is an obvious difference in the 3.0 version of the IDX, which is that we don't have to drive the car on the road for a while before turning it on. You can turn it on directly when you are on the way. You see, he just did 2 actions in succession. The driver shifted to the right side to avoid the cones, which made him feel unsafe. However, he faced another obstacle when he found a slow-moving car blocking him. Therefore, he took the opportunity to overtake the car from the left. Despite some criticisms of the electronic rearview mirror, the overall system is intelligent. It's worth noting that the electronic rearview mirror is optional, and customers can opt for other alternatives with an additional cost. The rear of the car doesn't resemble the sloping back of Yao Yao, but instead features a regular design similar to a water's cut. And it is equipped with British Treasure audio, which is standard, with 25 speakers. For example, if we choose the one about the attack on Pearl Harbor, when the plane flies over, it feels like it is flying over your head. It was after 5 p.m., and it was basically the time for them to fight against the high altitude, and the traffic volume was also increasing. However, 07 was integrated into the strategy. It's still the fault of the city, especially the street on the road. Well, he also ensures the safety of the items. Turn right and then be safe behind. A typhoon is too much like a computer. The traffic light has to turn around in this life. Then he kept trying to change lanes in the traffic, and when the time was right, he would come over there, which was very cool. He is a handsome man. Right U-turn. At once. I wish you that Audi will rush up directly. But Lin Qing still behaved very cautiously. Then wait for a group of motorcycles to pass by. Then he chose to come here safely. I heard that the seafood market in Ningbo is the biggest one to offer a wide variety of seafood options. Excited to explore it? Our journey so far has covered a distance of 105.5 kilometers, out of which 88.1 kilometers were on the scaffolding roads. All in all, I entrusted most of the journey to AS 3.0. The whole journey was very relaxing. I can see some of its data. It crossed 20 intersections 46 times, merged into ramps 8 times, and dealt with lane cuts 49 times. It is just like an experienced driver, dealing with all road conditions, including weather conditions. However, once it finds that the weather conditions are not good and its probe cannot detect the situation ahead, it will remind you to take over the car in person to ensure safety. Let's take a look at our fuel consumption. Because I just chose the fuel priority mode, so my comprehensive fuel consumption is 5.6, and the average power consumption is 17.7. The fuel consumption of 5.6 is much lower than our official standard. Some friends may say that you drive too slowly. In fact, the speed of driving depends on our road conditions, because we drove in the mountains, then on the national highway, and then entered Chang'an, and encountered the traffic jams during the evening rush hour. My speed could not be increased. In this case, it is completely consistent with our daily driving scenes. Parents, that's enough. Yes, that's enough. 280, a whole one. I bought 3 wild small yellow croakers for 280 yuan. Do you buy them in boxes? Can I buy 2 pairs of cocoa? I can buy 2 pairs. I'll pay for it. Think about it. They are all your microphones. Ningbo mentioned that there are plenty of seafood options available, including 3 wild small yellow croakers and a great deal of hairtail. However, they expressed their desire to purchase these items in boxes rather than individually. Why is he the only one here?